The name, Jamarion Carlton. The people that Baylor are about to piss off, the Texas Longhorns. All-American defensive lineman, Temple, Texas, right in both of our backyards, now has a crystal ball to Baylor. He's supposed to commit the 11th, July the 11th. That's Thursday. Maybe even today, if you're watching and listening to it on Thursday. And this is one of the most sought-after recruits in the entire country, either side of the ball. Okay, top 5 recruit in all of Texas, top 5 defensive lineman in the entire country. 4-star, looked like it was going to be UT for a long time. UT, LSU, Tech, defending Big 12 champions, Arizona State. I should mention Tech, the school that just gets everybody they want, apparently. Maybe not so fast, because 247 Sports is crystal balling him to the Baylor Bears. And this would be one of the great recruiting victories of recent memory for the Baylor Bears. And by the way, if you've been paying attention, they've had quite a few of those in the last year or two. They've had some really big recruiting victories. I want to read the Gabe Brooks write-up because I love Gabe Brooks's write-ups, and the dude is just on top of everyone playing in this state. Physically and athletically gifted frontline defender who could play from the edge or bulk to a true defensive lineman thanks to immense frame space. This is Cam Stuart reading between the lines. Jack, baby. You might be Jamarion, but you're going to be Jack on the roster. Dave Aranda loves the Jack position, almost like the edge rushing linebackers in a 3-4. You know, those guys who are big, but not big enough to be on the interior, but are still quick enough to get to the quarterback. Terrell Bernard played a little bit of that. Love that position. He was obviously the best at it. And Baylor has had a need for that the last couple of years. Garmin Randolph, he's Garmin. He's not Jack. Okay. Jamarion Carlton, that dude's Jack. All right. That has Jack written all over him. Back to the Gabe Brooks write-up. Measured exceptionally well during the 2025 Navy All-American Bowl Week, assembling an encouraging performance against elite competition to reacquire the stock up label, north of 6'4" and around 240 pounds with excellent length. Bam! Bam! Projects as a possible high major impact player with bona fide NFL traits. Sounds pretty good to me. Sounds pretty darn good to me. Playing 6A football as a junior in 2024, produced 57 tackles, 11 TFL, 5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. This might be enough to get Steven Simcox on the show. Now you're saying, Cam, I know Steven Simcox. He's the host of Locked On Horned Frogs. Why would he come on here and talk about Jamarion Carlton? Because he's also the color commentator for the Temple Wildcats. So he saw him play all those games last year. Even as a sophomore, he was electric in 6A football. 4 TFL, 3 sacks, a pick, 7 quarterback hurries in 8 games. I mean, the guy is all over the place. And he is the exact kind of game wrecker that Baylor hasn't had for years. For years. The closest I can think of is 2022. Siaki Ika was a game wrecker from a very different position, right at nose tackle. And he really could only affect he could only take over the game in the run game defensively. Jamarion Carlton, as a Jack guy, can do it definitely against the run, but more so against the pass. And Baylor just hasn't had that really since Petrie and Bernard. You know, they've had some good performances in there. Matt Jones had his moments for sure, but we're talking about a true game wrecker, 4 or 5 star kind of recruit, to the point where Steve Sarkisian is fuming right now. Cue it. I'm sure people have already started typing it in. Texas fans, we didn't want him. Only a 4-star. Temple, we didn't want him. Trust us. If the Longhorns wanted him, he'd be a Longhorn. I'm sure there's plenty of that going around the message boards and the comment sections all over the place. But Jamarion Carlton is another in what is a small line right now, but will become a large line of guys who are bucking the trend. and saying Texas doesn't just flaunt their burnt orange jerseys and get our guys. There are people that do want to come to Baylor. Even if Jamarion Carlton doesn't commit by some shocking, revelation, that does happen. We saw it with Taz Williams last year. Everyone thought he was going to Michigan. He ended up committing to Baylor. There are still other guys. There are the Taz Williams of the world. There's the Cameron Morgans of the world. There's the Demetrius Brisbanes of the world, who everyone had going somewhere bigger. And once these SEC schools get a hold of them, good luck, Baylor. And then they said, actually, I'm going to go to Baylor. Jamarion Carlton, man, keep that name in mind. This could be one of the great days in Baylor football recruiting history. Let me know what you think about in the comments section below. How nice would it be not just to get him, but to get him over Texas? Please let me know in the comments section below. There's nothing on God's green earth like beating the Texas Longhorns, man, in anything. Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, get those mailbag questions down in the comment section below as well. Thank you so much for making it your first listen today and every day. We will see you later on your favorite show, Locked On Baylor.